Yeah, the dubbed and
the dub and the subtitle.
yeah,
I
and
saw
like
that.
his version sounded different. It sounded like his version was more like upbeat than the sub version was. The sub version sounded a little bit more serious. His version sounded a little more upbeat. So I don't know. Like I guess his shit was off. I don't know the character, but yeah, they was clowning him.
Like, I can't really speak too much on it because, to be honest, I haven't put much time into any of the Yakuza games to really speak on it. But a
Right.
lot of boys are frying. A lot of boys are frying them on the timeline. Yeah, holy.
Killing them.
You see, this is why
Oh yeah, it
low
was him
key.
that posted it. Damn.
This is why low key. Like when you start some, I always feel like you gotta keep quiet. You know,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I started my YouTube, way back,
Yeah.
bro, I didn't tell none of my real life friends about it. None of them.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like your boy that is rapping, right? You're always gonna hear your boy. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you're always
Right.
gonna be like
Right.
a different level type of critical. Or like, because you always have that image of your
Hmm.
boy. But the funny thing is strangers take it in, they might hear it and be like, yo, this
It's
is actually not
different.
too
Yeah.
bad. It's not too bad.
Right.
But when you actually know
That's true.
somebody personally, you hear things differently. And I think that's kind of like the effect that he's going through with this voice acting shit. Like I said, I haven't
Yeah.
gone back to hear the previous voice actor of the previous voice actor of whatever his name is from Yakuza, Kizaru or whatever, Kiru's
Yeah,
what's that?
something.
Something
Kiru,
like
I
that.
think. Yeah,
Kiru, something
Kiryu.
like that.
Kiryu.
Kiryu,
K I
something like
R
that.
Y U.
Yeah. I haven't heard the previous voice
KIR.
actor, but yeah, definitely when you hear it, it does sound like his videos. Like I'm not like a YongYea fan or anything like that,
Oh
but I
yeah,
have
nah, but
seen.
you could tell it's him
I've
straight
yeah,
up.
I
Like
haven't
as soon
seen
as
it.
you hear
Yeah,
it, you can hear
I've
it.
seen a couple of his videos though, and
Yeah.
definitely you just hear it right away. So I think a lot of people are gonna be cooking them. It's tough, man. I seen our guy Neo GameSpot got blocked. He
Yeah,
got
he got
blocked.
blocked. Yeah, because he tweeted. I think he tweeted out like it was like a miscast or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, he blocked his ass. So he gonna be blocking a lot of people
Nah,
today.
but
That's all I know.
honestly, but I think the whole point when it comes to this whole entertainment side of things, like it comes with the territory, bro. If you know,
That's a
kind of
fact.
you kind of did it, you might as well just log off and just let it rock and
Yeah, it
not
is
go
what it
ahead and read
is.
the
It's
opinions.
done. You like you got paid for it.
Exactly,
You did your
exactly.
work. You did the best you felt you could do. It's done. The art is out there for the world to consume.
Yeah,
So you
so
can't control it at
it's
that
over
point. I
now.
guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I ain't mad at him for blocking people, but if he's like on like an emotional like spree of
Trip.
just
Yeah,
blocking
he should
anybody
log
that
off. Just
dislikes
log
it,
off.
yeah, just log
Just log
off.
off,
Just
bro.
log off. Because you're gonna have people that dislike it regardless. And I
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
think like Neo GameSpark, he didn't even really say nothing too crazy. He did say it was a miscast, which ain't saying he's bad. That's kind of just saying like, all right, your voice don't fit the character. And that's fine. That's
Yo,
not even like
Jmaine, but
a
imagine
bad
this is your
criticism.
dream. You want to be a voice actor. Something like
Yeah,
that could sting. It
yeah.
could sting a little bit.
They
Going
do. They
around, it
do.
could sting,
Artists,
right?
artists are sensitive. Artists are
It's
sensitive.
sensitive, yo. It
So
is what it is, yo. Even
yeah,
to a
he
certain
might have been
degree, even
better off, like you said, not even
yeah,
saying that until everybody played and beat the game or something like
yeah,
that, and be
yeah,
like, "Oh, I
like
can
kept it on the
finally
and like
reveal
read it
now that I was the voice."
exactly. You know why? Because at least people would go in without like already having it in their mind, like, yo, this is
That
young gay type
preconceived
of
notion.
yeah. So they're already judging
Hmm.
you heavy. That's why stuff
Yeah,
like this, you low key, it's better just to keep quiet and pop up with it and let the real opinions come out first. Then you be like, yo, I kind of did this, or let people notice
right.
themselves that I'm in the credits type of situation.
Yeah,
You know, like
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
doing that. Like either even when I play games, like sometimes I won't because you could kind of watch the credits before you even play a game now. And see like who's voice acting who or whatever. Like learning certain people voice casted in like Last of Us, the first one, when you find out like Nolan North was I think he was David, I think or something. Yeah, I think it was David. And when you find out stuff like that, it's like, oh shit, that was him. Like I couldn't even
didn't
tell.
even know. Yeah.
But you didn't have it in the back of your mind that that was him, so you wasn't looking for that voice or like like critiquing it that way. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Hey man, that's crazy. But we are live. We are live currently.
Oh, we live? All right, let me
Yeah, we're
share this shit
live,
out.
man.
Shout out to the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
chats.
Let me shout out a couple of people in the chat. Shout out to Hustle in the chat, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Retromatic, Blade X, DrewTube, Tim. What's good? Mario187. What's up? King Kovu, Muck. Who else is in here? Marshmallow, Nev, During Stamps. If you're in the chat, you want a quick shout out, go ahead and write a comment before we officially get started, and I'll give you guys a shout out. Watch Doge, what's good? Shout out to everyone popping in to another episode of Good Gaming. You know, I'm here with my boy Jmaine.
Yes, sir. We in the
it's gonna
building.
it's gonna be a good episode today. I think we're gonna have a lot of interesting topics. I just went over the
Oh, for
list.
sure.
I think we're gonna have some really good conversations. So episode 53, I believe, of Good Gaming.
53,
Welcome. Shout out to all the first time listeners. If you're a first time listeners, say what up in the chat, or if you catch the VOD, you know, right in the comment section. You know, it's always a pleasure seeing first time listeners in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Brisky 8, what's good? Vic, what's up? Y-Band Craft. Afro, what's good? Benji. Yeah, man. Jmaine, let's go ahead and get started. Let's not waste no time, man. What you been playing since the last time we spoke? What you been playing?
Oh man, I'm back on that greatness, man. I'm back on that greatness known as Forspoken, my brother.
Oh, come on, bro. Hold up.
I dug back in the crates and I hop back on that Forspoken, man. I gotta finish it up. I gotta see it through. I got like two main missions left, so I'm just trying to beat the game right now at this point. Kind of starting on my backlog, but also like, you know, finishing up some shit from the beginning of the year that I wanted to get back to. Ain't nothing really much to say more about that game. That shit, it is what it is at this point. I got to play a little bit of the finals beta. I wish I was able to get to it sooner. But I probably played like a match or two, bro. I didn't play a lot. There's things I really do like about that game, but when it came to the TDK, the time to kill, yeah, I was right. Like everybody on the timeline that you saw complaining about the time to kill, it definitely, like when you're using kind of like the regular guns and stuff like that, at least.
Medium build,
yeah, the medium abilities, the medium weapon set and all of that. Especially if you come across a heavy. You got to be with a squad when you're playing that game. Cause you got to kind of move in unison. Because if you catch them by yourself, shit, you might can win the gunfight. But if somebody else pull up, it's over. Like it's probably gonna be over for you. So you do get a nice array of tools to your disposal. That I feel like if you have your loadout correct, you could probably do some damage. I saw some people running around with the flamethrower and the RPG. That shit seemed like it was OP.
The Tony combo.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly who I saw the video of. That seemed like it's a crazy combo, but I like the concept of the game. I do like the whole get the money into the vault and guarding the vault while you're trying to cash it out. Like I like that concept. And it could get really competitive, especially if you got a squad with you. I do like the cosmetic portion of it. It's a lot, like to the cosmetics. I was like, God damn! Like they made sure like every piece of item, like you gonna be spending some money, potentially if you want to, get some of the newer stuff. So the monetization is there, the battle pass shit is there. But I think it's gonna be a game that does well. Like I looked at the Steam numbers, a lot of people played it. It's very team oriented, so I think PC guys are definitely gonna take to that. And I don't know, you think
it's gonna stick? You think it's gonna stick?
I do think it's gonna stick. It has a lot of good DNA in it from a lot of different games, multiplayer games that I think is gonna be unique enough for people to stick around. They're just gonna have to have a good foundation and a good balance that needs to be there from the beginning to keep people around. But I do think it's gonna be something that people play for a while.
Yeah. I played 2 or 3 matches tops. I just wanted to get a little bit of a feel of the game, and everything that you said about its positives, I totally agree. The customization in the finals is really dope. Very specific, head to toe. And I could see how they're definitely gonna monetize it like crazy,
they had a Halloween event for the beta, and the outfits was kind of lit too. I like what they had going on.
The destruction is pretty neat too in the game.
Yes.
The destruction is definitely pretty neat in the game, and I did enjoy that aspect. But just like you said, I got into a little bit of a skirmish, And don't let anybody lie to you, Tony or One Night specifically. When I played the first game, I got more kills than them. The first game I played, and I hopped on. I already got more kills. First game.
I'm about to say you was getting mopped up.
Nah, see, that's the narrative when you have some criticism for like a game. People just say like, nah, you suck.
You trash.
It's really not that.
First game I hopped on.
Yeah, first game I hopped on. I actually outperformed Tony in One Night. That's a fact. I just want to put that out there. The second game I played, it was a little bit different. I think we were playing a little bit more sweaty people at least, but I did run into what you said, more people running heavies. And let me tell you, I had the most craziest encounter that honestly made me want to smash my controller on the floor, bro. You see, I haven't really played around with any weapons, so I guess it could change. So I just want to put that out there. But I was using regular medium build, AK-47. Bro, when I tell you I was shooting this heavy for the longest time, bro, I was shooting him in his back. He didn't even know I was there. I was shooting in his back. He had time to turn around and still put the moves on me. I was so cheesed. I was just so upset. And I feel like if they adjust the time to kill in the game, I feel like it will be a lot more enjoyable, especially for solo play. Like you said, the game is definitely very team oriented, that you have to coordinate with your teammates. But sometimes, your boys ain't around. You just want to hop on and, and have some fun in a multiplayer game. And the finals, I could tell you right now, it's not one of them games I'll ever play solo. If like the opportunity arises, I would never play this game solo just because of that fact, unless they make some major changes to the time to kill in the game. So, but we'll see. I'm not 100% so convinced the game is going to stick around as you are, Jmaine. I'm very curious to see if it has long legs. I'm very curious. Yeah, I'm very curious.
Yeah. I think, is it going to be free to play?
It better be, because I would not pay money for that. Would you pay money for it? No way. You would consider it, really? You would actually drop like 60 bones for this? Like $70?
Nah, not 60, maybe like 30, 40 max. I probably would pay. I really like the gameplay loop and shit like that. I really like the loop of it. I like the destruction and the ability to use the destruction as to your advantage. Like I seen clips where people was like, they guard in the vault and they like one floor up.
Yeah,
and you just fucking cave the whole floor and the whole
fire.
shit just drops down and then you can take it
too.
over from there. Yeah, like I like that the maps, I didn't get a chance to get used to the maps, but from what I played so far, like you have a lot of different tools to your disposal. I'm gonna keep saying that because you do. Like the loadout shit is pretty extensive, and then you can have some shit in your reserve that you swap out to if you want to switch up your play style. So I think it's gonna be free to play though. I think it is gonna be free to play. So when it does drop, I'm gonna go back into it and check it out. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I think they said it's on pace for quarter Q4, so I think that could be any point from now until like early next year. And the beta was very successful. They had like 7 million people in it playing. So,
you know what? After playing the finals, I got a little bit sad because, from the footage that we seen of that Sega game that got canceled, Hyenas, it seemed like the concept would have been pretty similar, right? Like almost like kind of like a heist thing, but you're kind of stealing Sega properties, like maybe collectibles, like Sonic collectibles or some shit like that. It seemed like I had some pretty good ideas, and from the trailers, like, did they ever do like an open beta for that game that I just missed or something like that?
It was closed, but I got invited. But by the time I got around to about to play it, the shit got canceled. I was like, I'm not playing this. Like, I don't even care. I don't even care to play it. Like, I think the beta was over though, but I missed it. And then I think they were talking about maybe doing another one, and I'm like, all right, I don't even care that I missed it. So it got canceled. I think Fair Games might be a similar style game too. But I do think that destruction is very unique in the finals. That's going to separate it from other games that are like this. Yeah, so I wonder what is going to be unique about Fair Games that's going to make it different, other than just being like the heist shooters, I guess is what they call it.
Yeah, I don't know. I see what they're trying to go for with the different classes with the light, medium, heavy, but
yeah,
that shit is, if that's just not balanced right, Jmaine, it could kind of like make or break the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit has to be balanced really right, or it's just like people can just get annoyed and deter them from like the game in general and just not want to play it because of like, they're getting tired of running into like folks playing heavy and stuff like that. So they really just got to get the balancing down, maybe for some of the weapons, because I did hear some combinations are pretty OP and stuff like that. Then we'll see, man.
Yeah,
Hopefully the game does have legs.
some nice legs.
Is it a new
Yeah,
studio or something like that? Or I didn't really pay attention.
yeah, it
It's like a
is.
brand
It
new
is.
studio. Okay.
Yeah, and they it's composed of some like old Battlefield developers, hence
Oh,
like
okay.
the
I see.
destruction system and all of that in there. So
Okay, I see. I see. I
I
see.
think Nexon might be the publisher, and then the studio name is I forget the studio name. Um, yeah, I forget, but I know Nexon is the publisher. Oh, Embark Studios is the name of the studio.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, so yeah, you played that. I played that this prior week. Another game that I played and beat is Assassin's Creed Mirage. I finally beat it. I'm
Oh
about
yeah, I seen that.
I'm about 3 or 4 trophies away from the platinum. Really easy platinum. I'm just a little bit tedious doing, the typical Ubisoft jargon, open world stuff. Go collect this. Go get this
Yeah, the
treasure
busy
chest.
work.
Go the busy work. It's pretty much a busy work
Hmm.
platinum. Good thing it's not like an 80 to 100 hour busy work platinum, but it's like 30 hours. So I'm
Hell
really
no.
close. I'll probably have the platinum tonight. So far, my takeaway from playing Assassin's Creed Mirage is that I want to play Metal Gear. That's my takeaway.
Huh?
My takeaway from playing Assassin's Creed Mirage is that I want to play Metal Gear. I want to play a proper
Where the
self
hell
game.
is the correlation?
I
Oh,
want
okay.
to play a proper self
The
game.
hell is the correlation in that? You got me confused as shit. Okay, yes. Yes, stuff.
I want
Okay.
pretty much this game is just reinforced that I just need to play some Metal Gear Solid because at moments the game does show its brilliance, you could say. Very glimpse, like you see the glimpse of like, oh, if Ubisoft kind of focused more on this aspect, then like
Right.
they could really do something with this. But overall, I think the game is cool. I wouldn't call the game amazing. I wouldn't call it great. I would
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it like it's good. I would say it's good. I was good. It's
Good,
good to
yeah.
cool. That's my thoughts of Assassin's
I'm about to
Creed
say
Mirage.
around where the Metacritic is at, are you in
Yeah,
that area? I think it's like in the
good to cool. It's
70s.
cool. Yeah. I'm probably having a little bit more fun than people who have probably been, really up to date with the series. Like the last Assassin's Creed I beat is Unity. You know what I mean? That's like the
Yeah.
last one I actually finished. So it's been a while since I actually completed an Assassin's Creed. I couldn't get into Origins, couldn't get into Odyssey, didn't get into Valhalla, didn't get into none of that shit. I don't want to play those Witcher clones. But Mirage, honestly, I do hope that they continue to make, alongside the bigger Assassin's Creed, they continue to make these little the quote unquote smaller titles that kind of focus more on just the stealth aspect more so than the action RPG style. You know what I'm saying? I kind of hope they
So
kind of
I
stick
got a
to it.
question then, because it sounds like you like that they went back to the formula, but it wasn't something that was great or amazing.
Mhm.
But for you to want them to continue to make something like this, do you feel like if they were to put as much effort into it as they do like the Valhallas or that
I
style
think
of
so. I
Assassin's
think.
Creed,
Mhm.
that it can be back to its glory
I
days and
think it
where
can.
it's
I think they
great?
can even exceed it. You know what? They
Right.
really just need to really narrow and hone in on making the stealth mechanics even better.
Yeah.
Okay, when I got to the last assassination in the game, Jmaine, that's where like my eyes kind of opened. I'm like, yo, honestly, if the whole game was like this last assassination mission, they could, because they gave us a lot of like, what I like about Assassin's Creed Mirage, it gives you multiple different ways where you can approach, and Metal Gear games like Metal Gear Solid 5 and did that extremely
Right.
well in terms of like, yo, you could approach it anyway, whether you can send some mercenaries to barge through the front gate, whether you could find a hidden sewer, whether you can get this key. I like the options. I feel like they need to go crazy with that, and also just work on the parkour, make it feel a little bit better. The gameplay when you do have enemies alert is really bad. It's really
Oh, it's
bad. Yeah,
like
the
the
combat is
AI
really bad.
and shit like that, or
Just overall feeling of the combat of Assassin's Creed is really bad. They need to improve that aspect. Even though I obviously took the heavy stealth approach throughout my entire playthrough, I didn't try to like run through any areas like that. But I think
right.
little improvements like that, making the AI smarter, stuff like that, will definitely be a benefit. And I do hope that they do continue to make these smaller titles as well. Yeah.
Do
I would
in
agree.
that game, does the AI react to the way like some of their like like I'm thinking about like the Batman games when I think about AI because I've been going back on the binge looking at Arkham
Mm-hmm.
Knight footage, like how
Mm-hmm.
the AI reacted to their partners being taken out stealthily and like trying to like take away some of the avenues that you can utilize for stealth.
You know what? The AI is not too. If you're asking me how intelligent the AI in this game is, not
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
intelligent. You know, pretty much what happens is if you do assassinate a person and you don't dump their body into a bush or out the clear from another,
yeah.
sometimes pretty much they'll come look at it. Then obviously they're searching. They're in like search mode. They might just walk
Okay.
around the area. Then guess what? They just go back to normal after some time.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what
So
I'm
yeah, so they're
saying?
not analyzing it like, okay, he was
Yeah,
taken
the AI
out
is not
from the
too that
perch,
crazy.
and
Yeah.
we're gonna look up on the perches now and see if he's
Yeah,
there now.
and after
Okay,
some
yeah,
time, they
yeah,
just chill out. After some time, like some time passed, they just go back to status quo, even though there's like 5 dead bodies on the ground. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Right, right. And are
Yeah.
they like are they communicating at all? Are they talking
You
like
know,
you can hear them
there's an
thinking
AI
out
that has a
loud?
horn. That's a horn that could alert. I guess it's very
Oh,
basic.
okay,
The AI
yeah.
could
It's
be
all
better.
basic shit,
The AI could
basic
be
shit, basic
it's
shit.
very basic. They could do it better. They could
Okay,
definitely do it better
okay,
if they focus on that. Like I
yeah,
miss a good stealth game. That's why I'm looking forward to that. You know,
yeah. That's
Metal
why I'm
Gear Solid
like.
3 Delta. Yo, I need that right now. Right
I
about
feel
now.
like,
Yo.
and I'm gonna play it, but I feel like I wouldn't if the way you're explaining it, I wouldn't want them to continue making something like this if it's not gonna be like
All the
have a
way.
bigger budget next time,
Yeah.
and yeah, them go like fully fledged with it because they can do some fire shit with the AI and like you said, the different pathways on how to approach or take out enemies and to get like it's a lot of shit that they can do, but we shall see.
Yeah. I definitely miss stealth games like the old Splinter Cell games. Yo, we definitely got to bring stuff back and some get some cool stuff games back in development, yo. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Well, those are like the only games I've played and I've been working on. I'm moving on to Alan Wake next. I haven't really been
Yeah,
going super crazy with the content because I am playing catch up. Hey, gamer first, content creator second. You know that's my motto. I'm sorry, bro. So I do want to catch up
absolutely.
and beat some of these games that I'm lacking behind. So I am gonna start Alan Wake right after I'm done. Um, what's it called? Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's platinum. Then we're gonna get right on that. So, um, well, speaking of Assassin's Creed, apparently there's been some leaks about the new one. Apparently, like it's gonna be modern day or something like that, or they're gonna have like ninjas or samurais or some shit like that. Did you read
I think
anything
it's
like that?
oh the I think it's
Assassin's
the
Creed
samurai.
Red or some
Yeah,
Red or something
Assassin's
like
Creed
that.
Red.
So are we finally going to
Um,
Japan? Like people have been asking for Assassin's Creed in Japan for like years. So are they
yeah.
doing that? Let me Google that real quick.
No, I think it was a recent report from Insider Gaming that
Yeah.
it's gonna feature the first assassin that actually existed. I think I'm gonna butcher his name, but I think it's just uh Yusuke. I don't know how to pronounce this shit, but is that yeah? I think it might be Yasuke, one of those.
Yeah.
But he real life African samurai. I don't think he's gonna be the protagonist.
Oh,
Or
okay.
he's gonna be like a person that you might play. You might be two protagonists. So I think it's him and like I think a chick that are in this game, and yeah, you'll be able to play as both of them. And yeah, I think well, didn't they do like a Netflix show on this, like a Netflix anime on this
I feel like I
dude?
know what you're talking about. I do feel like I know what you're talking about. But yeah, more Assassin's Creed. Yo, this franchise has been what going on for what over 15 years at this point. And
Yeah,
it seems like we're getting more Assassin's Creed. You know what? Look, listen. The only one that got me a little bit hype, and hey, I don't care what y'all think, is if they do remake Black Flag, I'm definitely in there. I'm definitely in there, bro. I need that.
yeah.
But I want.
I'm interested in the
I,
samurai joint though.
I need that Assassin's Creed 4 remake. I do need that. But I
You would
want them
take
to
that
remake
over the red joint if you had to
because
like
if the red
choose.
joint's gonna be more like Odyssey and Origins, that I'm cool. If it's gonna be more
Ah,
like that,
okay.
I'm
It's
cool.
that style. It's that style.
Yeah, if
Okay.
it's gonna be like that, I'm cool.
I feel like they
But
could. I
I
feel like
need
they
that
should switch
remake.
it
I
up
need that
for
remake of
for
Assassin's Creed
what for
4, bro.
what fits the time period and shit like that. Like samurai, ninja. Like, come on, we gotta get on some like Sekiro shit. You know what I mean? Like some
It definitely ain't
fucking
gonna be like that. It definitely ain't gonna be like that. But
those Tsushima or something. Like, yeah. If it is one for them to switch it up or go back into more stealth mechanics and focusing on hone in on that, that's the one right there.
yeah, yeah. All right, yo. So Yo, let's just talk about the bombshell right now, bro. Let's just talk about the bombshell news that we got. Jmaine.
Oh yes, Spider-Man is Miles Morales is Spider-Man.
No, not that. Not that. We'll get to that later. But the game that we've been waiting for over a decade, we're finally going to get a first look. Jmaine,
Most
10 years
anticipated
ago,
game
where were you
of
10
all time.
years ago?
10 years ago?
Where were you 10 years ago? What were you
10
doing
years
10
ago,
years
I was freshly in a like 2 years into my relationship. I had my first apartment. I definitely had bought my first crib 10 years ago. What else was I doing? I was working at my old job, had my car. Like, I was just young.
I might have been in school.
Like,
I might have been in college 10 years ago. I might have been still at George Brown. I might have been in
10
college
years
10
ago.
years ago. Wow. So that was the
21,
last time
21.
we got a Grand Theft Auto game. And 10 years later, I'm proud. If you hear, we made it. We outlived them niggas, bro. You know what I mean? We made it.
Yo, yeah, yo. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, now I gotta go back into like playing life on say easy mode because I need to survive to make sure I see Grand Theft Auto 6. Like I gotta live, man.
Yeah,
I gotta live.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop eating pork again. You know what I mean? I'm gonna lay off on the
Going to the
juice.
gym and shit.
It's like with the gym,
Yeah.
I gotta live to witness this game because you know the game's not coming out for at least another year or two. So yeah,
At
if you guys
least.
don't know, if you've been living under a rock, I'm pretty sure you heard that Grand Theft Auto is getting a trailer next month, early next month. Rockstar
Yes.
pretty much came out and made a tweet which broke Twitter. I think it broke all sorts of records for having the highest amount of likes for a gaming tweet ever, as well as views and impressions. And you already know what Rockstar does. All they got to do is send out a tweet and everyone's listening. I went to work and my brother is kind of far removed from video game news and stuff like that. And the first thing he talked to me is about, yo, you hear about Grand Theft Auto 6. That's how big you know GTA 6 is. I also went on Instagram, academics, hip hop media
talking about
posted
it.
it. Six Buzz is a Toronto kind of media page where they just talk about dumb shit that happens and try to post it about it. This game has
transcends.
It has really transcended. You know what I'm saying? So by the time this game
I was
drops,
on Facebook, motherfuckers is talking about it. Motherfuckers that don't game. It's the like what BG say, the Negro casual. Like that is one of the games that motherfuckers come out and talk about. Like people that I never even thought played video games is talking about Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
That's how fire it is.
It's gonna shatter all sorts of records. I think it's gonna be it's actually gonna have a bigger debut than GTA 5, and that was a huge debut.
Oh yeah.
I think the simple fact that they made us wait this long for the next iteration, and just the hype, it's just synonymous with pop culture at this point where, even people just make the memes, will this play on my PS4? Like just the random Twitter pages that they're
when
not
you
really
start
in the
seeing
gaming
that
community. When you start seeing that and those tweets starting going viral, you already know what this game is gonna do. This game is gonna break all sorts of records, and yeah, Jmaine, you're right. It is easily the most anticipated video game on planet Earth. I think
not even close.
I think it's the most anticipated game on planet Earth right now.
They did what? They did like a 4, I think it was like a 4 tweet rollout.
Yeah.
And it's like a thread. And the final tweet was the one that had talked about the next Grand Theft Auto having its first trailer in December. And that was the one that, like, all of the tweets did great in engagement, but that was the one that, of course,
exploded.
It was like 160 million views, 1.4 million likes, like, and that was just Twitter. Like, that was just Twitter. It was on Facebook, it was on Instagram, it was everywhere.
Yeah. GTA 6
early December.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what Rockstar does next. It seems like when they do put out a game, they're always pushing the envelope in the genre when it comes to open world, the immersion,
visuals,
attention to detail,
interactivity.
All right, so I want to speculate a little bit while we're here.
Okay.
So it's pretty much, we've seen some leak footage. It's pretty much confirmed that just this GTA is taking place in Vice City.
Yes.
It's also confirmed that we're going to be playing as at least 2 protagonists. That what we know of. Some white Caucasian male,
a white boy and a big booty Latina.
Latina, and Latina. Yeah. So I'm definitely really interested in the cast of characters. I'm sure that the dialogue is going to be absolutely fantastic, like it was in like it is in every GTA game. You know, the voice acting is always on point. There's always jokes. It's always fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so what would you like to see them do with GTA 6 and what upgrades from GTA 5 would you like to see? Do you want to see more real life immersion? Because I've seen some conflicting opinions. Some people said that in Red Dead Redemption 2, they weren't feeling all of that realism that was in the game in terms of watching like your dude's his appetite, like you have to feed him, you have to feed your horse, you have to groom your horse, all that little
that shit guy.
that those little details. Some people said that they weren't really feeling it in Red Dead Redemption 2. It was a little bit too realistic. What's your approach for that? Would you want GTA 5 to pretty much continue in that vein and go for more realism, like almost like a life simulator, or do you want it to kind of keep it where it's at?
Where it's at. They can't go too far with the realism. I do think kind of like Red Dead was the peak of how far I want them to ever go
that shit, bro.
with the realism. I liked it. I definitely did like it. Yeah, like it really is. I just think that is the line that they can't cross, or it turns into the fucking Sims. And I don't want to be playing the Sims with Grand Theft Auto. I don't want to do that.
I like the Sims.
No, it's the Sims. The Sims is cool, but I don't like it. Like in terms of the food eating and shit like that. Like cool. Like I need to eat in order to keep my build up. Like that's fine.
That
like
shit was fire.
Like it wasn't San Andreas.
San Andreas.
Like
you go to the gym.
you go to the gym, you get buff. Like that's the type of shit that I want them to have. I want them to have stuff like that. I was actually disappointed when they didn't continue with that with like GTA 4 after coming from San Andreas. So adding the RPG style elements where you the more you're using a weapon, you gain in like experience points for it, and you get better with it and shit like that as the more you use it. Like I like all that shit. I want them to keep all of that in there. Just don't go too far, dog. Like that, I don't want to be in a situation. Yeah, like I'm not trying to pump gas in my car. I don't want to have to change my tires after fucking go get an oil change and shit like that. I'm not doing. I gotta do that shit in real life. Like I'm not. Like that's too realistic.
Hear me out, chat. I'm the complete opposite. I'm the complete opposite of this take.
No.
I want them to go so crazy on the real life simulation shit.
You gotta you want to have to take a shower and all of that. Really have to use the bathroom? You in the middle of a fucking mission, a nigga peeing his pants and shit because he got to use the bathroom, shitting on himself.
Not that crazy. Maybe not that crazy.
You see that? But that's the Sims, bro. Like that's how it was in the Sims.
But I feel like that's what makes GTA type. That's what made GTA fire. Because all the little details that you could, like all the little activities that you could do in this open world, that just makes it super dope.
That's great.
I felt like that shit was that's so dope. I like walking into buildings. I like looking at the rack and picking out the gear. I like going to the rim shop, customizing my wheels, my tires, put a new body kit. I want to do I want them to go into more real life sim shit. I do want them to see that. But maybe not.
You talk about getting locked up and really do a bid. Like you come into the game, you want to be like what do they do? The GTRP, like GTA RP, like the rope. Okay, so that's
what I'm saying. They might go.
So maybe they hire those people. Far.
They did hire those people.
They did. That's a good point. Maybe they go on the online side,
bro. They have to.
On the online side, I could see that. I would be okay with that. But in the main story, I don't think you can go that far. Like in the main story, you gotta have a balance. But like you can't go so crazy.
I think we all can agree that we do expect to have a more interactive open world though. More things to do in it.
Which makes me
I like the dumb shit. Let me play the tennis. Let me shoot a hoop with a ball. Let me do a lot of little mini games and dumb shit in there. That's what I like.
Right. Yeah, and they're gonna go so. Oh my god, they're gonna go so crazy. Like
the details, yo.
There's the dialogue, even with NPCs just walking around, it switches up so much depending on what you're doing. Like they're attention to detail masters. Like don't nobody do it like the level of Rockstar. So I just know it's gonna be crazy. Which so do you think all right? So the map, it might be Vice City again. Should they go for like? They come out and say this is the largest map we ever did. Like with that, I don't think I would be impressed to hear that. I know it's Rockstar, so I know they're gonna fill it out and make it like lifelike and shit like that. But
It's gonna be bigger than 5. It's gonna be bigger than 5.
It is. It is.
I think that's kind of part of like the marketing tools that like they do. Like, yo, look at our worlds. It's bigger and better. Like, I think that's like always gonna be like a marketing thing. Because when people see a bigger map size, they this must be next gen. You know, I think it's like the casuals feel like that. You know what I mean?
I know.
But
I know what that means a lot of times. But like I said, it is Rockstar. So I'm not saying that they're not gonna fill it out. But it's like, all right, I don't need you to say that. I'm cool with you just being like, this is our most detailed map ever. This is our most intricate map. This is our most attention, you know what I mean? Interactive map. I
want more attention to detail. Yo, Jmaine, I want the ability. You know how you could buy cribs in GTA 5? I want them to take it even a step further. Let me furnish my crib. That's the shit that I like, Jmaine.
Oh yeah.
Or you think that's too far? I like having those options. I like it.
That's not a
fire, bro.
That's not a too far thing. Like
that's fire. I need that.
Like if in Red Dead, like you could switch around how your camp looks and stuff like that.
What I want.
Yeah, how certain shit is positioned and all of that. Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
Did
they do some shit like that on the online? Like, could you furnish your crib on the online? I don't know if it was the RP.
I didn't really go too crazy into GTA Online, so I don't know. I can't really speak on that too tough. But as for the main story, I played that a couple of times, and all the little shit that they did even in 5, which I thought was super dope. Like even the whole stocks in the game and stuff like that. I thought that shit was fire. And if you took advantage of it, you get loaded, you get rich as shit.
Going to the casino, playing real casino games and shit in there with your money and all of that. That's fine. Strip clubs and all of that.
That's what I'm saying. I need it. I think as much as people say they don't want like a real life, I think GTA is kind of like a real life simulator to a certain degree. It's real life simulator with gun violence. It's the Sims with gun violence. That's pretty much GTA if you really take it in. Isn't it not?
It is, but it's a fine line though. It's a real
it's the Sims gun violence, and I think they should go in with that. I want to see more sim like shit in it. I want more like just more random quirky shit. I think that's what makes these open worlds interesting and more enjoyable to be in. You know what I'm saying? And just to goof around and fuck around, because GTA is the game that you just fuck around with. Just look at the past, like put the cheat codes, whether it is for the weapons, and you just goof around in it, And I think adding more activities like that is just, that's kind of like the identity of GTA to me. You know what I mean? Where it's a good sandbox where you could just have a blast in it, even if you're not just doing the main campaign stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the next question I wanted to get into, or the next portion of GTA 6 is the campaign style missions. Is I feel like a lot of people had a lot of criticism for games like Red Dead Redemption and the feeling of, you get and you do these missions that they designed for you, and you kind of got to do them their way, and you can't like approach them how you want to approach them. And a lot of people had issue with that, and they felt like, it's an open world game, so it should have, a style of
ways.
Like multiple ways to. Yeah, or just like, I guess you could say that. Can say that.
Let's go back and let's look at GTA 5. I recall with certain missions or heists in GTA 5, it did
definitely
give you
the
option, right? It did give you the option whether you want to go in kind of like loud or you want to go in quiet. Remember there was like some shit like that, like
for sure,
what you could do. For sure. So I guess if they can expand that, and probably just give us like, at least give us the option, like, do you want to go in? Do you want to do this guns blazing? Do you want to do this quiet? Or just give us some alternate routes how to approach like heist and stuff like that. Then I'm definitely interested in.
I don't know. The way I think with Rockstar, the way they design their games and stuff like that, like I'm the type of person, like, if you want me to play your game and approach it any way I want, cool. But I'm also of the same mind that if you want to design an intricate way for me to go through your mission, I'm okay with that too.
I'm fine with that too.
Give me the game you want me to play. I'm not this, I need every game to be open-ended and I could do everything the way I want to do it. I don't ever feel that way about like even characters. Like people are like, I want to be able to make the decision in a big story moment. No, I want the developer to tell me the story and give me the game that they want me to play. And we go from there.
Curate the experience.
I'm okay with that. I don't think everything. I don't think everything needs to be open like that. Maybe like you said, the approach on certain missions where it makes sense, but also like with Rockstar, like a lot of their stuff it's a lot of detail and a lot of cinematics going
Set
into a lot of
piece, right? It's
voice
like a set
acting.
piece, right?
Yeah,
Set piece
it's a
moments.
lot. So if you want to have all of those options of approach, they also want to put a lot of detail into everything that you're doing. So it's a kind of like you gotta kind of pick and choose there. Like when you
Yeah.
go into a mission and you want the dialogue to also be there to match up kind of with what you're doing, and it's a lot. So I think with them, I'd rather it just be give me the game that you want me to play, and I'll go from there.
You know what I also want? I want more explorable buildings from
More
GTA.
explorable
I
buildings
want,
on the
yeah,
inside and stuff like
yeah.
that.
I want to go inside. Let me go inside the
Yeah.
hospital. Let me go inside maybe the prison.
Yeah, going inside the hospital is
Hospital.
crazy.
Go inside the prison. Let me do that type of shit. I want more explorable buildings in the next GTA. Like I
Right.
said, I think that's how you do it. You level up the franchise by just giving us more activities to do in the open world. As for like storytelling and stuff, I feel like they're gonna nail it. There's gonna be a fun experience. But as for the gameplay loop, definitely they have to just lean into that life sim shit. I think that's what makes GTA fun. That's why
Yo,
like you
what
said,
if
like
what if they do if you get arrested, you get the opportunity to like try and break out of prison and shit like that?
instead of just getting the
That would-
traditional busted type of situation,
yeah,
like
and then you wake up outside of the prison, with your money lost and shit like that. Like they give you the option to actually try to sneak out that motherfucker, and if you want to choose to do that, I think like
yeah.
I know like what is it? Oh, like Elder Scrolls games sometimes be doing that shit, like Bethesda games where you get the option to either pay the fine or
Yeah, yeah,
try
yeah,
and break
yeah,
out or
yeah,
some shit
yeah,
like that. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know if they do it, but I think that would be dope as hell.
yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see it. So the trailer that we're getting next month, do you think it's gonna be at the Game Awards, or you think Rockstar's gonna do their own thing? They're known for doing their own thing, just dropping it. That's how they
Yeah,
did the last time with GTA 5. Do you think this
yeah. I
is
think
gonna be different for them, that they're gonna show up at the Game Awards, or you think it's gonna draw way too much attention? Because I think a game like that could kind of, look, someone like Jeff Keighley will absolutely love that for his show, because
oh yeah,
obviously it's gonna
yeah.
generate him more cha-ching. He's gonna get more
Hell
money.
yeah.
Because
Hell
everyone's gonna be
yeah.
tuning in to the Game Awards if a GTA trailer is gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it might still
That's some shit he might start the show with
yeah.
too.
But
Like
do you
that's
think you think it might take a little bit of shine away from the Game Awards if GTA's there? I'm on the side that it might actually. I think it might. The focus might be too much on GTA if it's at the Game Awards. What do you think? Or you think
I don't
that's a
think
good
you.
look?
I think that's a good problem to have. Like I don't think you give a fuck. Like if
Oh,
you
you
get
think
the
that's good?
opportunity to have as many eyes like that on the Game Awards because of GTA, fuck it. It's one of those things where like if you doing
Even
a
people cut it
podcast,
off. Even people cut it off right after.
even if because you got to think about it, a lot of people might not cut it off. A lot of people might not even know the Game Awards fucking exists. Like you said, GTA transcends
A
everything.
lot,
So people
yeah.
be like, "Oh shit, they got a whole like award show that's dedicated to
Jeff
games."
Keighley,
Like
yeah,
people might
Keighley.
not know. You might not know. Like for instance, fucking if we had like a famous person on our podcast, like say if we had fucking Neil Druckmann one day, people might just tune in for Neil Druckmann, and that's cool, that's fine. But they might not know we exist, that we have a podcast and we doing our
That's a
thing.
fair point.
So
That's a fair
of course, the majority of people might not fuck with us next week, but some people, oh, we like these guys. Like their personality is cool. They asking great questions. We'll be back next week, or we'll stick around for the next episode. So some people might stick around. I think that's a good problem to have. And if you have the opportunity to get that shit, get that. Fuck it.
So
Deal
what
with
do you
it.
think?
Deal with the rest later.
But what do you think?
I think they do their own thing. It's
I
just
think they do their own
Rockstar.
thing too. I think so too. I think
They fucking had the internet in a buzz on a tweet, dog.
On a tweet. A
After,
trailer on
after
YouTube
Jason
is over.
Schreier already like confirmed that it was gonna happen, still broke engagement records, still had insane amount of buzz. Like it don't matter. It don't matter with GTA. Like GTA does its own thing. Rockstar, they do their own thing. The game still sells 5 million copies quarterly. Like it's
I saw real quick, Jmaine. I saw a lot of people getting at Jason Schreier for kind of breaking out and like kind of leaking, quote unquote, the information that it's coming.
oh yeah.
But
The
the funny
announcement.
thing is, just taking his article that he posted about, GTA is gonna be revealed or is gonna get some news in the next coming days, as early as this week, right? That only reached so far. You see, that didn't reach where we like what we're talking about, the masses that we're talking about. It didn't reach his little thing. Didn't reach that. It kind of reached
No,
the gaming
it didn't.
community, because we've been hearing about GTA leaks forever at this point. Yes.
Yeah.
Granted, Jason Schreier is a reliable source. Usually, when he says something, it comes to pass, because he doesn't go out. He doesn't jump out the window unless it's facts. It seems like he gets like heavy reassurance unless it's facts.
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of people going at him, and I'm like, yo, I think it really didn't take away anything from the announcement, because like what I
Yeah,
just said.
I didn't get this one.
It reached. Look at when Rockstar came out and said it. It reached like a whole different demo when they came and confirmed it for real. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, like when the shit came out from Jason, nobody on my Facebook was talking about it.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
I posted about it on Facebook. Nobody was talking about it. I always go to Facebook as to the gauge. Like that's how I knew like Elden Ring was gonna be huge because niggas on Facebook was talking about it. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, if nobody on Facebook give a fuck, then you know what I mean? It's not transcendent like that. But when Rockstar announced it, I had motherfuckers tagging me and shit. My homegirl, like, finally, like, it's like everybody was excited about it. So, like the whole Jason Schreier thing, like who did it really take away from him? He announced an announcement about an announcement. Like, who cares? Like, nobody saw the Jason Schreier tweet and was like, "Oh, I'm not excited about Rockstar announcing the trailer."
Yeah,
like nobody said that.
We saw them tweet about it when they tweeted about it. Even more
exactly, because he's like 99%, but Rockstar announced it's like, "Oh shit, this shit is legit now." I look at it like the NBA, like when the off season is happening and free agents, you got all these insiders that come out and say, "Oh, I heard this player's going there, this player going there." It ain't official until it's official, and when it's officially announced, that's when you like, "Oh shit, this shit is real." Like it's a whole nother level of excitement. So people getting their feelings and shit like that. I don't think people is too tripped. That maybe the developers, but not for something like this. Maybe if he leaked the whole game and shit like that, maybe they upset about that.
Okay, so let's further the conversation. So GTA, if it's getting officially revealed next month, what's the chances of the game coming out in 2024, Jmaine? What's the chances?
Ooh.
Out of 100%, what's the
out of 100?
100%.
2024
release
25%.
Wow,
I'm low.
Wow, are you dead ass?
No, I'm dead ass. Like
yo. I don't think it's coming out. I ask you guys the exact same question. Out of 100%, what's the chances of Grand Theft Auto 6 releasing in 2024? What's the chances? I want to read some of y'all comments. What's up, True Bleed? Sure. 420 was good. 25% really? 10 years, Jmaine?
Man.
In the making?
In the making, man. I know we know Rockstar didn't move at their own beat, but I'm just going based on history, man. And their history shows that when they announce some shit, you're getting at least one delay, possibly two. They're gonna have a series of gameplay videos that come out, and they just drop shit when they're ready. 2024 would be nice, especially
if it's crazy coming off the back of
this
year too. Jesus,
right, that would be fucking. That would be nuts. And then you gotta factor in like. Is the PC version coming out with the console version this time?
Let's hold up. I was gonna get to that next. Okay, so you believe it's a 2025 title for sure, or you even think it's past that?
2025, I'm more like 80%, 80% with 2025. So definitely leaning more towards 2025. I would say more of a 2025 person. 2024, like nah.
I want to be optimistic and say and be like, this is the first GTA in recent memory, or first Rockstar game in recent memory that doesn't get a delay and it actually comes out when they say they come out.
Yeah, fucking right. All the shit that you want in the game and you think it's gonna come out when you think it's gonna come out. Nigga want to be able to wipe his ass when you take a shit in the game.
I know they dropped Red Dead Redemption 2 but I'm pretty sure GTA for a game that is this anticipated. I know they had to been working for GTA for a very long time. Even if it's like a pre-production phase while Red Dead Redemption 2 development was in full development, they had to been cooking up GTA 6 in the back. They had to. They had to have been working on that low key. So I do I think it's the craziest thing the game comes out in next year? I don't think it's the craziest thing, but I do suspect a delay.
I think that would be crazy.
I do suspect a delay.
Hold on. When was GTA? Hold on. GTA 5 reveal trailer.
I believe 2012. 2012. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 2012 or 2011?
It is 2011. November 2011.
And then
so 2 years prior to the release.
Damn.
Red Dead 2013.
2013, right? Fuck. All right, but Red Dead was only 1 year though.
I think Red Dead might have been 1 year.
It was only 1 year, not 2.
Red Dead, that was 7 years ago for the Red Dead reveal. The fuck?
That's crazy, right?
I'd be
I remember when
fucking.
they posted that tweet
Oh
on Twitter.
no,
That
Red Dead was 2 years too. Red Dead was
yeah,
2 years too.
wrap it up, boys. 2024. The
It
dream is
was
dead.
2016.
The dream is
2016.
dead. The dream is dead, y'all.
Oh shit.
So I'm reading the
So
chat. And
2026? Nigga,
most of y'all
that was-
believe it's not. Most of y'all looking at y'all percentages, it doesn't believe y'all. Most of y'all don't believe it's coming out next year. Y'all
Next
seems
year,
like
nah.
most people think it's probably gonna come out 2025 and beyond, if anything. If anything.
Yeah. 2020. I don't think it's gonna be 2026, but late 2025.
It has to
I
be.
can
It
see
has to be
that.
2025. They gotta have it.
He said it. He said it has to be. This is Rockstar, my boy. This is Rockstar, my boy. They're gonna build up that hype.
And the next question I wanted to ask is, what's the chances of them dropping it on PC day one with the consoles? That's my next question. Because Jmaine, they have to look. Rockstar always be disrespecting the PC gamers, right? But they have to see that PC gamers fuck with their games heavy.
But I think
look
I
at
think
how the
that,
mod support. Look at the role playing support, GTA role playing support. Look at all this shit. Like, the game does extremely well on PC. They really gonna make PC mans wait a year, 2 years, like they did with what GTA 5 to get the game? That's crazy.
I think that for that exact reason is why they're gonna make them wait more. They know the PC community fucks with them the long way, so they got to make sure that shit is right. Make sure it's on point.
True. All the bells and whistles. We need all of that.
And even now with the RP community, it's even more pressure on that PC version. Like, I'm really interested just to see their approach with that RP shit with the console versions, which I don't think it's gonna have it because I think that's just way too complex. And it's a lot of
I don't think so. I think that's gonna be a PC thing. I think that's gonna be
because there's so many avenues they would have to go through with like the publishers, like the console manufacturers and all of that, just to have something like that on their system. And they already don't be wanting you to communicate on fucking on consoles now with multiplayer games. Like, it's people don't be even trying to talk. But with the PC version, like, that RP shit, it's gonna be a wait. It's gonna be a wait. Because they gotta have all the bells and whistles, a whole new suite of like graphical features and options.
And
the back end shit for the
like
RP.
When Red Dead Redemption 2 dropped, Jmaine, like when it dropped, it was like the graphical settings were like on point. Like, the stuff that they featured in that game was super
for the PC version.
For the PC version. So
yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
You're right.
Yeah,
maybe it's gonna be a staggered release, so the PC version is literally like the best it can be.
Yeah, I remember when the Red Dead Redemption 2 dropped on PC. That's what motherfuckers like, it's unoptimized because they couldn't run that shit on their fucking 1070s and shit like that.
The funny thing is, I think it was optimized. The game was just future proof. The game was just extremely future proof. That's what it was.
They had some shit on there that your PC couldn't handle. That's niggas want to run quick to. It's unoptimized.
Nah, it wasn't.
I can't run it on my cereal box. It's unoptimized.
Yeah. The game was extremely future proof. I wouldn't call it unoptimized. It was just really future proof. So when new GPUs like dropped and like we really could see what like it could do, you know what I mean? So I think at this point, like with my 4090, I think I could like pretty much max out Red Dead Redemption 2, and the game obviously looks stunning. It's crazy that thinking that game released on Xbox
PS4
One
and Xbox One,
because honestly, I still think it's one of the best looking games to date. Like, from attention to detail across the board.
Easily, man. And that game is beautiful.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see this because you already know they're going to have to level it up from Red Dead, right? They're going to have to.
Yeah. That's the scary part. It's like,
I'm shook too. I'm looking forward to it.
That's gonna be the game that motherfuckers be like, this is some next gen shit right here. Visually, at least.
Lock 30 frames per second on console or 60 frames per second mode? Predictions. Let's get it on.
Yes.
What do you think? 60 frames per second mode or lock 30?
Lock 30 on the base models.
No performance mode?
If the PS5 Pro comes out next year, I think we might get a I ain't even confident on a lock 60. We might get like a VRR type unlocked frame rate type mode where you could get like 40 maybe 50.
No way. I don't know. I wonder what the chat thinks. Do you guys think this is going to be
I think locked on the base.
It's going to be locked 30 frames per second on the PS5 and the Series X consoles, or do you think they're going to put a 60 frames per second mode in this game and probably scale back a lot of graphical detail to achieve it? I don't think it's impossible, Jmaine. I don't think it's impossible that they could get a performance mode on this. They probably have
It
to like turn
depends.
off like lower
Like
traffic
ray tracing and stuff like
density,
that.
take out ray tracing if it has it, stuff like that. I think it's possible.
But
It's possible.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna say lot 30 just because.
You're expecting them to push the envelope. You're expecting them to push the envelope.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes. A lot. It's a lot of shit going on in the GTA games from the systems and the visuals. It ain't a Starfield effect where you just getting the systems at play. It's the visuals too. That's fucking nice in these in these Rockstar games. So I'm gonna say a lot 30, man. I'm not
I'd say
holding my
lot
breath for
30.
no performance mode. And then maybe in the pro models, and if they do another Xbox, like a beefed up Xbox, we can get a 60 FPS mode there. But and plus, Rockstar gonna want to sell you this game multiple times. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like look forward to 30 FPS, and then maybe you get another version, a next generation or some shit like that
Couple
for the
folks in the
consoles.
chat believe there's gonna be a 60 FPS mode. Couple folks in the chat believe it.
I
I
don't
don't
I
know.
don't know
I'm
why they
not saying I
believe
don't
that.
know. I'm saying I don't know. I'm not too
We
sure.
ain't even get a 60 FPS mode for Red Dead 2.
They didn't do
We
the patch.
still ain't get that. They didn't do
But
that.
no, but
So,
honestly, I think the PS5 and Xbox Series X is capable of a 60 FPS mode in that game. I don't think it's like it's
oh, for
not
Red Dead?
capable. I think it's 100% capable of doing it. I think
Yeah,
Rockstar is
I
not
agree.
doing it.
I agree.
It's definitely capable.
I agree.
Though. It's definitely capable.
But if it's on the table or if it's up in the in the air that they don't want to do they don't want to scale things back, or maybe the world. That's why I'd be like, if the world is too big, like don't even make it bigger if it means giving me a 60 FPS mode. Like I'll take a smaller, not a smaller world, but maybe a same size world, more dense and shit like that. But getting a 60 FPS mode. I don't know. I don't know intricacies of the development, but I want a 60 FPS. I do. I want it bad, but 30 FPS ain't gonna stop me. So it is what it is.
I'm
It
on
is
this
what
game.
it is.
Day one, wherever it's at, I'm on there.
I don't give a fuck where it's at, how much it costs.
I'm
I'm
on
buying.
there. Yeah, I'm on there.
I'm buying. Don't get no ideas,
All right.
Rockstar, but I don't give a fuck how much it costs. You know what I'm saying? Don't get no fucking
right.
ideas.
So let's get into some of these other topics. We do have some sales numbers for Spider-Man. I think PlayStation pretty much dropped some of their financials on the internet. So we got some
PlayStation
new
and
figures.
Nintendo.
And Nintendo. Okay. So we got some
Yes.
new figures for the PlayStation consoles. So the PlayStation consoles, I think they have shipped. What did they say? 46 million.
46
units?
million. Yep. 46 million.
Units
Had
has
one of
been
their
shipped.
biggest quarter two ever, I think, in terms of revenue. And they're still hoping to hit that sales target of 25 million PS5s in the fiscal year by the end of 2024. I mean, sorry, by March 2024. Excuse me. So yeah, from March 2023 to March 2024, they're still looking. It's going to be difficult. They're going to have their biggest Q3 ever, possibly hitting like a 10 million mark for the quarter. I think the last highest was PS4 Q3 2016, where I think they had like 7 million or some shit like that in the quarter. So
I
it's
think it's gonna be a big Christmas for PlayStation.
oh,
I
for
think it's gonna be a
sure.
really big Christmas with games like
Yeah.
Spider-Man. We've seen the bundles that they're doing with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Spider-Man bundles. I think Black Friday is
The new
already starting to kick
models.
off. The new models. I think this shit's about to go crazy this holiday. I really do. I think they have the
Yeah.
games available, and I think a lot of people are gonna be jumping aboard to next gen this Christmas.
I think they got a holiday price cut coming real soon. I think because right now what I'm seeing is every game that they're bundling with the PS5, the new Slim model, is pretty much the game for free. So with the Call of Duty bundle, it's $4.99, so the game is free. With the Spider-Man shit, I think it's $4.99 too, so the game is free. I think we might see like a $50, holiday Black Friday. Not Black, I think Black Friday sales kind of already going out, but maybe like a holiday $50 price cut for the PS5 that'll help move units as well. For them to hit that shit.
Okay, so that's super dope. That's super dope. So we got some new numbers for Spider-Man 2. So
Yeah, buddy.
you know what,
Spider-Man
Jmaine?
2.
I'm shocked. I think me and you came on this podcast and we thought Super Mario Wonder was gonna definitely beat it. I remember we had some sort of conversation about that. But it turns out when it comes to the first 2 weeks sales, Spider-Man actually sold more copies than a Super Mario game, which is absolutely nuts. So
I'm
Super Mario
shocked.
ended up selling 4.2 3 million in 2 weeks. And
2 weeks, yep.
in 11 days, Spider-Man 2 has sold 5 million copies. So that's extremely impressive. And like I said, this game is going to have crazy legs. Every time, I'm pretty sure, as the install base grows for the PlayStation 5 console, people are going to be picking up Spider-Man along with it. I think it's just one of those games. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those games that most people are going to own and play. You know what I mean? So,
which has kind of been the case for like all of the Spider-Man games, like even with the Miles games, like that shit was like synonymous with the PS5s. I even like when I think about the launch of PS5, I think about Miles Morales. Like that shit was like, it's like I get nostalgic when I think about Miles and like the PS5. That
was
like,
a good launch.
It was perfect. It was like the PS5 came out when it was cold out, getting close to winter, and the game was set in like the winter time. It was perfect. I think it was a good launch game, but yeah, like with the year Mario is having with the movie and this being like a 2D Mario game, and you know, I thought Mario easily, and then the Switch install base, like 130 million. Like I thought it was easily gonna top Mario. I mean, sorry, top Spider-Man. But no, Spider-Man held it down. I guess I don't know.
Spider-Man didn't break God of War's record though, so God of War still was faster. But we have to account that God of War Ragnarok did release on the PS4 as well.
Yeah.
Where Spider-Man 2 is solely a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So, still impressive. Still very, very impressive. And like I said, the game is we all know the game is gonna have some crazy legs throughout the PS5's life cycle. So,
did you think?
Congratulations to Insomniac, yo.
Did you? Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Insomniac for real. Definitely deserved. Did you think that? So this year, I think they said. I know we might get to it, but Tears of the Kingdom, I think, did like 19 million. And
So
I think
far,
in like
right?
the first, I think like in the first 3 days, it did like 10
It was
million.
10 million, something nutty. 10 million.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Did you? I mean, we didn't know about. Did we know at that time? Maybe not. But did you think a Zelda game would outsell a Mario game? Like the first.
You know what? I'm not
3
surprised.
days or a week.
Zelda has low key been on has been tracking higher and higher. Tracking higher and higher with each iteration. So I'm not too surprised by this. And once again, this is a 2D Mario game. 2D Mario games are I believe the 3D games are still more successful than the 2D ones. I might have to go and do some research behind that, but I thought the 3D ones sold more.
You might be right.
I think the 3D games always sold more, like the Galaxies, the Odysseys of the world. I always felt like they did better than the 2D ones, but I may be wrong in that. I might have to go just do a quick Google search about that. But
I know the way some people talk about it, they like prefer the 2Ds over the 3Ds. Some people, not me personally, but they
I prefer the 3D games.
I thought with just the year that Mario was having, well, not I shouldn't.
You know what it is, Jmaine? Yo,
Zelda is on another level.
Yo, have you seen this year? Have you seen this year? At least when it comes to like entertainment and at least gaming, yo, like how much games can like one person buy, bro? There's so many games out, bro. So many games out.
But the numbers ain't bad. I think the Mario. I think it's like the best selling Mario game. Yeah, I think it is like the top.
Fastest, right?
Yeah, the fastest selling Mario game. So it's still great. I think Zelda is just on another level right now. I do think, Zelda is one of them games that like transcended.
Because Zelda is a popular.
It never
franchise.
was like that.
It's always been critically acclaimed. That one has always been a given. But when it comes to sales, it was never like on the level of like Mario and shit. It was never on that level.
Right.
But it seems like it's just been gaining popularity over time.
Right. Like going into the
popularity over time, yeah.
Going into the Switch generation, you couldn't tell me like Zelda was going to be selling more than Mario games. Well, at least like the 2D, 3D games.
But overall, Switch software has been great. Overall, I think from franchises like Metroid, another franchise that is known not to perform the greatest, is doing record-breaking numbers on the Switch. I think just people are buying games on the Switch. I think Nintendo came out and said they have sold over like 1 billion pieces of software on the Switch.
Yep.
Like over 1 billion, something crazy. Like 1 point something.
What is it?
What is it?
It's 1.25.
1.25 games.
Oh no. I'm reading that wrong. My bad. My bad.
Because I know it's 1 point some. It's 1 point some. But it's a crazy figure. It's an absolutely crazy figure, and people are buying games on the Switch, and That's just
Yeah,
what it is.
there was a crazy chart that came out that said like games that Nintendo have released that used to be like only popular in Japan
1.1 by the
and
way.
1.1. Okay. 1.1. Yeah, that's insane. The games that used to only be popular in Japan and everywhere other territory was like not as good that are now like doing well still in Japan, but also popular in other areas. I think like games like Pikmin was one of them.
Yeah.
Kirby games, like those
Breaking
games
records.
that
Yeah, everything's
yeah,
selling
like
more.
there's
Everything's selling more.
franchise records going with these new releases and shit like
Well,
that. So
I'm on Nintendo's financial page, the one that they put out to the public, and
yeah,
I'm looking at their past hardware. You know, from the 3DS to the Wii U to even the crazy successful Wii. The Switch has already surpassed them in software units sold
damn.
already. So it's looking like the Nintendo Switch has sold more games than any other Nintendo platform ever.
Yeah, that makes
Which
sense.
is crazy. Which is absolutely crazy. Wow.
Switch, man. I remember
Making a
motherfuckers
lot
was
of
doubting
money,
the
man.
Switch, man. Remember those days?
I remember those days, yo.
I'm always bring that shit up, man. Motherfuckers was
remember those
doubting the
days.
Nintendo handheld. Like, you
I
crazy
remember
as
I was
hell.
listening to a certain podcast. Those men said nobody wanted this shit. I remember this till like it was yesterday. They said that nobody wanted this shit. One mans were making Switch Gang videos, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew it was gonna take it off. As soon as it was handheld, I already knew it was gonna take off. Bro.
Yeah, that's their bread and butter right there.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be a hit. I already knew it was gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk.
They
Let's
did,
talk since we're on the topic of Spider-Man. Let's talk about a little bit of a drama that's going on with this whole thing.
A
which,
little bit.
Honestly, it makes my head hurt.
I ain't seen Twitter this divided since the pandemic. since Black Lives Matter. I ain't
Jesus
seen Twitter this
Christ.
divided since Black Lives Matter, dog. This shit is crazy, yo.
This Spider-Man
Not my
drama is so
Spider-Man.
stupid. So, okay, so for the people who don't know, pretty much, at least in the nerd world on Twitter, there's this movement going on after word got around saying Miles is going to be the main Spider-Man in future Spider-Man games, which I don't know if that's even true or false or if it's a misquote or anything. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Peter Parker's going to be in the fucking game. So,
well, yeah, like if you played the game, if you read the quotes, nothing in there or from the game says
he's gonna be in the game.
that Peter is gone. If you know where
game.
the next game is going, Peter is not going fucking nowhere. It wouldn't even make sense to the story. Like that would throw the whole trilogy away. Like it would be trash.
Exactly.
Garbage.
But the way that obviously Spider-Man 2 ended, which I'm not gonna get into super spoiler territories, we can see why Miles is just, taking over a little bit.
He's stepping up. He's stepping up.
He's
more.
stepping up to be the main Spider-Man, right? And pretty much there's a whole community going crazy about saying Miles, not my Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. He's not Spider-Man. So there's a whole movement going on about that. And this got me scratching my head like, yo, this is absolutely nuts. This is absolutely nuts.
Why does that get people upset? Like,
I don't know.
Like I never for once, like when I was a kid watching like Batman Beyond, like I never looked at what's his name? Something McGinnis. I forget. I was just fucking tweeting about him. I never looked at the dude and was like, that's not Batman. Like even if like the creator came out and said, no, he's not Batman, he's just Batman Beyond. Like, even if he said that, I never looked at it like, nah, that's not Batman.
Yeah.
Like I never looked at it like that. Like I always look at this superhero shit as the mantle can always be taken up by somebody else if necessary.
I thought that's how it was always supposed to be. I thought that was like
niggas, these motherfucking Terry McGinnis.
Like anyone, like honestly, like under the cape, especially when you look at like Batman's ideology about being Batman and stuff like that. It's more of it's like a symbol, like right. It's not so much who's under the costume type of shit. You know what I mean? It's like. When he's in the costume, that's Batman, and pretty much, I guess if you could put on the costume too, you Batman too. That's how I always thought with Spider-Man too. Like I never really understood why there's like some people that are super like anal about this, especially like in comic books where we've seen multiple different variations of these superheroes.
Right. As popular as Spider-Verse is.
Exactly.
There's
like,
100,000 Spider-Man in that movie. They never said, I'm not watching Spider-Verse because those are not my Spider-Man. Nobody ever said
They're all Spider-Man. They're all literally Spider-Man, right?
fucking pigs. I saw a car with Spider-Man. Like that movie was insane.
That's what I'm saying.
A
And look
hundred
even
different
and let's look at the
Spider-Man.
DC side of things. Like look how many fucking
Yeah,
Green Lanterns there are,
Green
right?
Lanterns.
They're,
Yep,
they're all
yep,
they're all dubbed Green Lantern, right? Like when you had
yep.
the ring, right? So it's just a little strange with this specific scenario
Because
that
that
so
man
much
is
people
fucking black, Puerto Rican. These motherfuckers, they, you know what I mean? They try to hide their racism behind, oh, that's not my Spider-Man. Like, come on, man. Be real with
Oh
yourself,
man,
man.
Meds on that type of time. It's force. It's pandering.
It's force, it's pan. What's
You
force?
think so is Miles Morales a woke character? Is that just what people are trying to insinuate? Is that what they're trying to insinuate, that he's a woke character type of situation? That, you know what I mean?
Nah, like I mean, I've seen that take. I've seen that take, like especially in a new game where people feel like Miles Morales was like always saving Peter in that game. And if you feel that way, you didn't pay attention to the game either. Because for the first half of the movie, it was about Peter helping Miles Morales out. And I don't want to get into spoilers, but Peter actually helped Miles out in the first half, and then it kind of swapped at the second half where Miles was helping Peter out a lot too. So like people feel that way, and like with Miles Morales kind of being stronger than Peter and stuff like that. Well, he's a new iteration of Spider-Man. He's supposed to be stronger. Like he's gonna have more gadgets. He's gonna have more abilities. Like these things happen as you create newer versions of the character. So even if he was white, it doesn't fucking matter.
I
It
think people
doesn't
take this
matter.
stuff a little bit too serious to me. I really don't care. That's kind of my thing. Like I don't really don't care. Like is
Yeah.
it really that serious? Like is it that really serious? I never like once like was playing the game and thinking about like, oh, this Spider-Man is not the real Spider-Man, man. I want to play Spider. Like who cares, bro? Like yo, that shit is different. I guess it's a different level of nerd that I haven't tapped in just yet to care
Nah,
about this type of shit.
that ain't no nerd shit. Cause nerds know about the comics and shit like that. They know about characters having, different people wear the outfit or wear the mask or wear the cape or like that's normal. That's normal. Comic books
100
came
different
out way
Robins,
more
by the
often.
way. How many
Yeah, like
Robins is there? How much Robins is there, bro?
comic books come out way more often than movies and video games. So when there's new characters introduced, that shit is normal. New people taking over the mantle, like that shit is normal. It's normal as hell. So
Yeah,
like people that's complaining now, like that's some new age shit.
yeah. Definitely.
That's that new
All
age
right.
woke shit.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. What else has been happening in the gaming space since we've been gone, Jmaine? What else?
Um,
I do want to talk about, since we're on the topic of like Spider-Man, Sony, PlayStation. I
oh
do
yeah,
want to.
that's definitely a big topic
Yeah.
too.
I want to talk about this interesting article I read. So Sony
Mm.
confirms. I guess this was all part of like the financial reportings and stuff like that. Sony
Yeah.
confirmed that it's delayed half of its 12 planned live service games. So
Sheesh.
PlayStation was apparently planning to release 12 games uh by what, 2026, right?
Yeah, fiscal year 2025. So yeah, I think
Fiscal,
that's anywhere from March to March 2026.
So they pretty much said that we want. I think. Look, I'm kind of like paraphrasing, but the quote
Yeah.
pretty much says that like, yeah, we want to release a good product, so we're We're only planning to release 6, and we're
Yeah.
working on the rest. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, so as of right now, the other 6 aren't canceled, but
They're
they
not
are
canceled.
delayed.
They're just delayed, and they're gonna work on the 6, which I think a lot of people felt vindicated by hearing this for
Yeah.
some reason.
hmm
A lot of people saying this is Jim Ryan's fault, but I think this sounds fine to me. Like, yo, 6 live service games is still a lot of games. That's coming out, right? And the other
Yeah.
joints are not ready. It's not like they were officially announced or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's not like we've seen the games
Right.
and they got like delayed. Like we don't even know what these games are. Right?
Yeah.
We don't
And
even know all these 12 games. So
yeah. That's why I was always surprised that they even. I mean, I know they probably got to talk about shit like that in the financial reports, that they even mentioned like the 12 live service games in the previous financial reports, because like we don't know what they are. So it's like those games could, the game development is so was it volatile is the word that
yeah,
people
even a
use?
game can get
Volatile.
canceled behind the scenes that we
Yeah,
just don't even know about.
that we
Right?
just don't know about, or like
Happens
delays
all
and
the
shit
time.
like that.
It literally happens all the
Yeah.
time.
They can come out tomorrow and say like, oh yeah, we got 12 single player games and the tuck, and then 2 years later be like, yeah, 6 of those is getting delayed. Like same shit could happen, It just is what it is. Of course, I think the big fuss about this is that people don't want the games as a service games. At least the vocal minority on Twitter doesn't want these, and I get it. It's a lot. It is a lot.
Jmaine, I want both.
And I do want both too. So
both.
that's why we kind of talked about this last week when the rumor came out about them pivoting away from the live service shit. So I guess it's now we got a clearer picture that they're not pivoting away, but they are focusing on the ones that they feel like can really be something and delaying the other ones. That way, they can get the shit right.
Work on them. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think anything about this decision is bad. It's smart. Yeah. Get the 6 shit. Get those 6 right, and make those the best that they can be. And hopefully it's some shit that we rock with.
6 live service games. Well, we don't know the scale of these games, right? Like we're saying these big ass numbers like 12, 6, but we don't know the budget that's going into these. We don't know if they're AAA. We don't know if they're smaller titles. Like we really do not know. We just know that the amount of games that they plan and that they're working on, right? So even 6 games specifically games as a service by 2026. It's a lot of games, a lot of live service games. You're asking me, especially if you're gonna obviously, PlayStation is not giving up on making single player experiences. So it seems like a fair number and actually more reasonable expectations than the 12. If you ask me, it's more reasonable.
Sure.
Think about it.
However,
2026 12 live service games. It seems kind of unreasonable.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
However, I do think that this is why they got Jim Ryan's old ass into an early retirement.
How long was Jim Ryan? How long was Jim Ryan the PlayStation CEO? That's my question.
4 years. 4 years.
How long was Sean Layden the PlayStation 5? I mean, the PlayStation CEO as well. How long?
I think it was 4. I think he was in his position for 4 or 5 years.
Okay. How long was Andrew House? How long was
I think he was like 4 or 5 years too. I think he was around.
Are you noticing something, Jmaine?
Oh, like they're all around the same time frame?
How about this is what PlayStation likes to do. They used to like keep guys in for a little 5 years and switch them up type of situation. Do you think it could be a possibility like that?
Maybe.
While we're looking at history, it seems like it's looking that way though, right? Who's before Andrew House?
I have no fucking idea.
Well, we have to Google and let's see how long he was there seated for, right? Because it seems like these guys have like 5-year terms before being swapped around a little bit. That's what it kind of looks like to me. PlayStation CEOs. Let's see if I'm.
But the optics, word of the day, the optics of this and why it looks this way is what I said when Jim Ryan first left or announced that he was leaving. This shit, he was the one that came in and was like the forefront of the live service initiative. That was him that announced all of this stuff. That was him, talking about it and leading the way. I was like, if the majority of or half of those live service games aren't looking good, I could see them being like, all right, it's time for you it might be time for you to go. We gotta, go in a little bit of a different direction. We got to get you up out of here. And because
it's a possibility.
Sean Layden, I think Sean Layden, I guess the rumor is that he, of course he had some disagreements and shit like that. He was walked about the building. They was, PS4 was on top. PS4 was doing its thing, and PS5 so what would be the reason?
Now, right?
Yeah, like
I'm saying PS5 is on top right now, right? And Jim Ryan is also stepping down. It's still on top. You're projecting.
It is, but it's a different style of on top. It's a on top. But what the fuck? Like the future ain't looking like it ain't looking pretty. It ain't looking pretty. PS4 was different. It ain't first party wise. It ain't looking like no. Cause look, the live service shit was all we kind of knew about, and even that is looking kind of crazy right now with the 6 delays and shit like that. That's the little bit of hope we had of like a type of roadmap. We don't know shit about the single player games other than Wolverine. So I'm like, what's going on over there? At least when Sean Layden left, we kind of had like a nice template and a nice roadmap of what was coming. But I think, the way he left I feel like it was a lot of big disagreements going on there.
Yeah. Right now, you're absolutely right. Being curious on what PlayStation Studios are working on. We know games are being created. That's just a fact. Like we know games are being made, but it's been a little bit questionable on how them laying out a roadmap to what's coming out and exactly when and who's working on what. Hopefully, like I said, I think this year is pretty much a wrap to get our answers for that type of shit. But hopefully by next year we see what the first party has coming along the way. You know what I mean? We could see what the single player games are looking like. We could see what some of these live service games are looking like. I don't know. You could call me cynical. You could call me too like a little optimistic. I'm still not on the whole PlayStation doom and gloom shit yet. I'm not on that. I'm not on that yet. Still.
How can I put it in a nice picture? All right, so for me, how they say they cooking in the kitchen right now. The food, there's some smoke coming. There's some smoke coming from the food. The kitchen ain't on fire yet, but the smoke is getting black. The smoke is kind of getting crazy. The fire alarm is about to go off, and flames are about to emerge from them food
Jmaine?
that they cooking. That's what I'm gonna say.
January, February, March, April, May. I'll give them by June. I'll give them by June. By June. By June, we'll see.
We'll see what the future looking like.
What the future looking like. I'll give them by June. By June, if we still have this kind of uncertainty on what's coming out, then I'll say, you know what, maybe we should be a little worried. But I'll give them by June 2024. Yeah.
I think
if we don't have clear answers by June, I think that's reasonable. I think that's around E3 time anyway. Sometimes they do showcases.
Yeah, they should have another showcase definitely by then.
Yeah,
they need one.
So
they need another one.
If we don't have clear answers around there, then I'll be like, okay, it's looking a little spooky. That's when I'm gonna be on that type of time. But for now, I think I'm just keep quiet and reserve my thoughts. Reserve my thoughts for now.
Yeah. But speaking of live service games, did you see that now Warner Brothers is transitioning and transforming their biggest franchise now into live service games?
They're gonna learn the hard way, yo. Listen, they're gonna learn the hard way. EA had to learn the hard way. Warner Brothers is gonna learn the hard way. They're gonna learn the hard way as well.
Yeah, I just can't believe they looked at the feedback of Suicide Squad. It was like, more of this.
At the end of the day, the people who probably make some of these decisions are just like Suits, right?
Suits, yeah.
Suits, and they know, like, they look at the other games like Fortnite. They look at the other games out on the market and it's like, yo, we want you guys to make this. We want y'all to make a game that generates income like this. You know what I mean? So I think that's why. But they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn. That is not that.
And their quote from the article. That's exactly like what they say. They're not even hiding it. Like, ultimately, we want to drive engagement and monetization of that fucking word. That word be whooping my ass. We want to drive engagement and monetization of longer cycles at higher levels. We have specific capabilities. We are currently under scale and see significant opportunity to generate greater post-purchase revenue. They're not even like hiding the fact that they want more money.
That's what they want. They just want more money. They want to monetize the game for longer. They want to sell you, like, when you purchase the game, they want to sell you a whole bunch of shit and keep you there for a long time, right? Because once again, those are like some of the biggest games on the planet right now are making billions of dollars a year type shit, you know? Like, you can imagine, look at like the war zones and the Fortnites of the world. They must be making a shit ton of money in this.
Bro,
all they do is just
Fortnite
shit, bro.
Fortnite hit a new player count high. And all they did was bring back the OG map. Nostalgia.
I know.
They sold these motherfuckers nostalgia, and that shit went through the roof.
I think the thing with the Suits is they're gonna realize that it's gonna be these things come organically. That's what I feel like. I feel like these things are what players gravitate towards is definitely an organic thing. I think it takes a lot of factors for it to be as big as it is. Like,
you talk about like these live service games?
Yeah, to hit those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
I think it's a kind of an organic thing. You can't manufacture it. You know what I mean?
It's almost like the universe knows, and the gamer knows when you're trying to be desperate for a catch. Like, you're trying to get one. They know that them shits always they never work.
It never works when it's forced. This shit is organic, and I think that's what the Suits fail to realize, that they're trying to manufacture this type of thing, but it don't work that way, yo. The biggest games, like the Minecrafts, the Fortnites, they grew organically. The PUBGs of the world, they're things that were like super organic. You know what I mean?
And unique. Like,
it's almost like Drake doing the Tootsie slide. doing that Tootsie Slide record and kind of,
But them
leaking
shits
the
work
songs.
for him though.
It worked a little bit, but it didn't stay. Look at some of the other shit that went like viral. You know what I mean? Them shit, the shit that grew organically, like did different. Like the numbers were different.
They last longer.
And they last way longer.
They stick to the ribs. Yeah.
So,
it's like the microwave music versus the home cooked, like,
Jmaine, I don't mind these companies doing it and going falling flat on their face and kind of returning back. You know what? Like, you know what? We learned, now we're gonna come back and make these single player games, or we're gonna
shit, PlayStation going through it right now.
Yeah.
So they're trying to reach for 12. They're like, shit. Let's scale that back to 6, motherfucker. Let's slow the fuck down. Because this shit is crazy.
Honestly, I feel like people are gonna attempt, and a lot of people are gonna fail. I think that's the reality of the fact when it comes to these live service games that are trying to be the next Fortnite. They're gonna attempt it, and a lot of them are gonna fail. They're gonna waste a lot of money and go back to either shit's gonna close down or they're gonna go back to bread and butter.
I just don't want these companies taking like already established IPs and not even IPs, I guess to say franchises, and turning them into these money grabbing like bullshit. Like, I don't want to, like Hogwarts Legacy, like they did a really good job with that game, and a lot of fans were really pleased by the efforts that the turnout, and they sold well. I think the last report was like 15 million copies. Like, I know how Harry Potter's a big name, but like if they turn around and then make Hogwarts Legacy 2 some like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like if they just start adding like bullshit into it, and I think
people would drop the game. That's the
monetization aspects to it. Like, yeah, like they could fuck up a good thing there, and maybe like create a separate thing. Like maybe if they even want to make the Quidditch, like a Quidditch game that has some like live service aspects to it, that's cool. Or if they want to make a whole separate different game that has the monetization to it, that's cool. But just don't start taking these good, established IP, like the next Batman game. They kind of already do like with Rocksteady, like fucking they taking Rocksteady and now they got to make a single player game with a battle pass, and like what the fuck is happening here? Well, it's co-op, but like a story focused game with a battle pass, and they're like, what the fuck is happening here?
Well, that's what the industry is kind of moving towards, right? Like they're looking for ways to monetize games, like something as simple as a fighting game. Back in the day, man, you played the game, run through arcade mode, run through survival mode, you unlock the costumes that way. Nowadays, bro, you literally have to pull out your wallet to get a new costume in a fighting game. Sometimes that makes me sad, especially because I do a lot of retro gaming. I play like the OG Soul Calibers, OG Dead or Alive games and shit like that, and see like what it took for you to unlock content in those fighting games. Now, most of that shit is you have to pull out your wallet, bro. You want a new costume? Get that credit card out, bro. You know what I mean? So that's just modern gaming.
$20 skins and shit like that, man. Shit is crazy. Shit. Now when the effort is there,
even Forza Horizon, apparently they're releasing some shit where you can buy car passes. You can spend like $20 and they let you unlock like 4 cars, like for the people who are lazy and don't want to just play the game. And
the time savers.
Time savers. The funny thing is, you buy like 2 or 3 of those, you already bought like the
whole nother game.
No, you already bought the price of the game. The funny thing is that people they know that these people exist that spend money like this, right? So that's why they do it, right? There's people that just probably a shit ton of people that actually just
I think
go ahead and
you
drop
might be able to be safe to say the majority of people probably would spend the money.
2K, even 2K. Look at 2K, the virtual coin shit, like. Because that does a lot of fast tracking too, right? For your character, right? You could make him like 99 if you just spend a couple
day
money,
one,
right?
Yeah. Grind some badges, spend some money, and you ready to go to the park. And you can't go to the park and shit or the city without leveling up like that. So that whole system is fucked.
Yeah.
And they're not gonna stop now. Y'all really giving them buku cash.
Exactly. It's unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate.
Yeah.
What else is in gaming news? Jmaine?
Oh, this was a nice conversation on the timeline. Xbox is partnering with Inworld to build AI game dialogue and narrative tools for game developers and shit like that.
I did see that. And I did see Alana Pierce's comments towards that as well. Yeah.
Well, I figured she would have a more stronger opinion about this because she's a writer. She's a game writer. So she sees the writing on the wall with something like this where AI will come in and pretty much take her job.
Replace people.
Yep. Because that's what it says. It says, together we aim to deliver an accessible, responsibly designed multi-platform AI toolset to assist and empower creators in dialogue, story, and quest design. Now, it says assist today, but we know what time it is.
Once again, I think this is what the actor strike was all about. I think
Right.
the industry in
The writer
entertainment.
strike.
Yeah, the writer
Too.
strike, right? Yeah, the writer strike.
Mm.
I think the entertainment industry, people are starting to peep that with all this upcoming technology, with AI this, AI that, the people who only care about the dollars, they might get rid of y'all for a computer, right?
Absolutely.
And I think they're trying to fight against that. I think even
that's in food industry too.
they're trying to fight also people just using their likeness, right? Because now people can just scan your body. Now we have AI. We're gonna just mimic your voice. We're gonna just mimic your mannerism. We're just gonna mimic everything, right? I think we're getting to a point in technology where that's actually becoming very feasible, and people are fighting against it. And I think AI is starting to become more prevalent in maybe in the creation of video games, in the sense of, like you're saying, like, you know, it could do a lot of the work of maybe just doing dialogue for NPCs and stuff like that, and maybe that's cutting some people's jobs. And after a year of massive layoffs happening in the gaming industry, I can understand, I guess, someone like Alana Pierce being a little bit, you know, worried about this AI potentially coming to steal their job. Coming for their job in the future. So they're kind of trying to step on it. And I think she said she's not going to support anything that supports this AI shit. So
my biggest worry with the AI future and in terms of video game creation, because I do think there are some benefits with AI and video game creation. Like, because for me personally, like, I like the human aspect of creating art. I think
that's what makes it special. I think definitely that's what makes it special.
Because you get these moments where people create stories that
it's a feeling too.
It's like they get that feeling. It's something they tap into when from their past, or something that they read, like something that just resonates different from a computer that has an algorithm that it follows. Now, don't get me wrong, AI is going to only continue to get better and better and better, and it might eventually get to the point where it has that ability to do stuff like that. But I just still think it could never imitate what a human can do. So it becoming an assistance tool is okay.
Cool. I think it's cool too.
But we know where that's headed. Like, these are
slippery slope.
These are suits that. So what's gonna have to happen is AI is probably gonna be inevitable. It's gonna happen because the business is gonna do what the fuck they want to do. It's their money. What's gonna have to happen is people are gonna have to have that language, whether it's contracts, unionizations, things like that, that protect them against shit like this from taking their job. That's just it is what it is. That's what happened with the writer strike, the actor strike. It's gonna happen. Like, I don't know if fast food markets have, you know, unions, but if they do, like, you know, computers are taking over there where people place their orders on the computer and shit.
I was at Red Lobster.
I was at Red Lobster,
bro. I've been to 2 different restaurants. It was trippy. Well, Red Lobster was one of them. You know, it's a common restaurant, but you know, you can now, like, they have this machine at your table. I don't know if that's in the States too, but they have this like tablet at the table now where you can do everything. You can pay, you can do all sorts of shit.
We got that.
You don't even need the waiter to come, right? And I went to another restaurant called Wind. Literally, I believe you order your food on a tablet as well, and
was
robot.
That like the Korean barbecue spot?
It's something like it's like almost like a Korean. A robot literally comes and
a robot?
On wheels, comes and brings you your food, literally.
What the fuck?
It comes to your table and, like, it brings you your food, bro. Real talk.
That's at least 2 jobs right there going.
That's what I'm saying.
They ain't gotta pay nobody, no insurance, no nothing.
And just look what's happening with the self-checkout, all the self-checkouts that's been happening. You know what I mean? Like, that's been a thing too.
The grocery stores.
Now
you don't even go to a line. You just walk in, put the shit in your cart, and it detects what's in your cart, and then you just walk out because it's all attached to your account. Like, this shit is happening. This is the future.
Yeah, it is happening.
It is the future. So it's tough. I feel. You know what I mean? I feel for y'all, but. Shit.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to just learn how to adapt in this new age of technology. I think that's just ultimately, I know it's easier said than done, but I think that's just what people are gonna have to do. And
you seen the AI celebrity companions?
No, what's that all about?
That shit is nuts. They pretty much have so they'll scan the face of a celebrity, and they'll probably do like some likeness questions and shit like that, and you could pretty much have it be like whatever you want it to be for you. So it could be like your older brother or like an older sister to you, your mentor, and so like you're talking to
Word.
asking the questions, and it sounds and looks just like the celebrity, facial animations, everything. That shit look fucking crazy. I'm
Yeah.
like, dog, like this shit is gonna be crazy. This
Yo,
shit
by the
gonna be
time
nuts.
GTA 7 come out, Jmaine, the world gonna be a different place, bro. For real. For real.
Different, like you're gonna have a whole
The world gonna
AI
be a different
girlfriend
place.
that looks like your favorite celebrity. They already got the shit with the material that feel like,
Oh,
this shit
Jmaine.
feel real. Nigga, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, son. You're gonna have your wife on wheels. You have your wife on wheels. Oh, baddie.
Low-key, that might be the move. That might be the move. That might be the
I'm
move.
watching
Yo.
Interstellar the other day. Like he programming the thing to have a certain percentage of humor. Like it's gonna be like that. Certain
That's
percentage of
crazy.
seriousness. Like
Yeah.
the future is gonna. But I ain't gonna front. This is the type of future I used to draw about and write about as a kid. Like this is the type of shit that what I mean, that I predicted the future would be. Just because
Yeah.
the shit you see in movies, like it's there.
Yeah. Some real Blade Runner type shit.
Yeah, I don't want to be here for that though. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm okay.
All right. So in other news, this was probably the biggest surprise for me because I did not see this coming, J-Main. The Steam Deck OLED. The
Oh,
Steam Deck OLED. I
yeah.
did not see
That
this
came out of
coming.
nowhere.
This came out of nowhere. And the funny thing is, well, people were really hush hush about it because it was in people's hand. Clearly, the Digital Foundry people had it. It seemed like other tech guys had it as well.
Everybody had
Linus
it.
had it, right? So the simple fact that I feel like this didn't really leak out, like no, I don't think this really leaked out in any major way, at least.
It leaked out like 30 minutes before it got officially like
Yeah.
revealed.
I'm talking like to prior to that. You know what I mean? 'Cause it
Oh
seems like
no,
people
no,
has
no, no.
had. It seems
Yeah.
like people has had hands on with this for some time now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was quite a surprise, man. So the Steam Deck is getting a OLED variation with improved chipset as well, bigger hard drive, a terabyte, as well
Larger
as
screen.
a larger screen, and bigger
I
battery, I
think
believe.
Did the
HD
original Steam Deck support HDR?
I don't think so. No.
Oh,
So
wow,
it's
I
an
didn't know that.
OLED HDR panel and it's 90 hertz as well.
90 hertz, yep, up from 60. Yeah, some of these upgrades I ain't going front. I thought they would have saved for the second one. I wonder if they. I don't think they feel like the Switch is their competition though. So I don't know.
think
Maybe
so.
this
I
is
don't think
just
so.
yeah. I think this is kind of just like a mid-gen kind of refresh type of thing going
Yeah, it
on.
is. It is. Because they said that they're working. They confirmed that they're working on Steam Deck 2, which is coming out
Yeah.
in the next 2 to 3 years.
Fire.
So I'm really looking forward to that. And you already know the mobile processors have been doing some incredible things. We've been seeing what like the ROG Ally does. We've been hearing things about the Switch 2 and the new chips that it's doing. I'm telling
I think
you.
Lenovo just dropped their new not tablet,
I'm
handheld, PC
telling you,
handheld.
PlayStation.
Oh
y'all
my
gonna keep
God.
on getting at me. Remember,
I was about to report
listen,
your tweet, dog.
Listen, I remember that I was a pioneer and I was at the forefront of PlayStation make a
PlayStation
portable-
losing money. Yeah, you know.
PlayStation make a portable console, and y'all keep on dunking on me. But the funny thing, when it happens, all y'all gonna run out and go buy it too. That's the funny thing. When it happens, all y'all gonna go crazy over it too. But honestly, this is the time, man. PS6, I better see a new PlayStation portable companion to go along with it. A proper
All I'm
one.
gonna say is, if y'all do want something like that from PlayStation, you might want to go out and support that portal.
Oh, I already got my pre-order. I already got my pre-order, so you already know the vibe.
Yeah, them
And the
shits,
funny thing,
I
it
think
seems like, well, who knows? It could be fake hype because we already know that sometimes companies don't manufacture a whole bunch of products and they make it seem like some scarcity to them. But it seems like
Right.
the portal has been selling out. I think it's sold out in PS Direct. I think it's sold out
Right.
in a couple of places in Amazon and stuff like that. A couple of retailers. So let's see how it does in the long run.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like a fake scarcity thing because I don't know. PlayStation usually don't do that. I just think they might have underestimated the excitement for it or how many people was interested.
Want your handheld gaming, portable gaming is back. I don't know if you're not paying attention, bro. Portable gaming is back. People want portable gaming, bro. Pay attention.
I'm paying
Pay
attention. I just
bro. People
don't
wanna
want
play portable
PlayStation.
gaming,
I just don't want PlayStation dedicating R&D to some shit that they're not going to support first party wise. That's all.
bro. Support a first
What is
party.
what
Let
is
it play-
own game?
No, Let it play
That's not
PlayStation games.
enough. That's
That
not
is enough.
enough.
I keep on telling you it's
That's
enough, but
not
you don't
enough.
listen. It is 100%
That's not
enough.
enough. That's enough to do a couple million units. So
No, no.
that's not enough.
It's 100% enough. It's
That's not
100% enough.
enough,
But we
man.
ain't gonna do this debate. We already did this debate already, so we ain't going to revisit it. But yeah, the Steam Deck OLED looks super dope. I think it's the price point is pretty much replacing the current model, so that's pretty dope, right? I don't think it's more expensive. I
Yeah.
think
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah. That LCD 256 is 399.
they're
The
dropping the price
512 OLED is 540. Yeah, I think they dropped the price across the board for all the older ones.
for the older ones, and this one's replacing it, so that's dope. They're
Yeah.
not charging more for it.
Right.
As well as they're launching a limited edition version of it, which looks super dope. It's
With the
like
transparent,
yeah,
oh, that shit is
transparent. That shit looks
fire.
so
With the
dope.
red accents, that shit is
Yeah, on the analog
fire.
sticks, that shit looks so
Yeah,
good.
the power button I think is red too.
And you will be able to reserve your Steam Deck OLED November 16th. You already know your boy gonna be on that immediately. You know, I'm putting my $5 reservation, and we're gonna be eating oodles and noodles until I can finish paying for that shit off, bro. You know the
Here,
vibes.
here we go again. Hopefully that pre-order site ain't in shambles like the original shit.
You
That
know
day
what?
was crazy.
I'm predicting it won't be.
Yeah, because this is a mid-gen refresh, so not
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
upgrading.
yeah. I don't think everyone's gonna run out and go and buy it this time, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you already have a Steam Deck. I'm pretty sure it's gonna do well enough.
I'm
Yeah,
excited though for it.
I'm
Man.
excited.
It comes
for it.
out
I'm excited.
next week. Holy shit.
Yeah,
The fuck?
Next week you'll be able to reserve it. So I don't know when they're gonna officially ship it out, but you're gonna be able to put the $5 reserve next week on the 16th.
I wonder when they're gonna put these. Are they still not in stores?
Bro,
I don't
the
think
only
they.
way you could buy one of these if you have a Steam account and from Valve directly on Steam. You can't buy one of these anywhere else. Can't buy
Man,
them
that's
anywhere else.
surprising
Yeah.
because
So,
I know the raw.
yeah,
I think the ROG Ally is in
that
Best
one's
Buy at
yeah,
least.
that one you could that one's at all retailers that sell electronics. You could buy the ROG Ally.
Yeah, they need to put this joint in stores. I think it's it'll do well. I do think it'll do well in stores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cause yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do plan on getting rid of mine. As soon as I get this one, I'm getting rid of my old one. I want to see if I can offload it for a little $300 or something somewhere, yo. I'll offload it. I'm gonna use this new one. So, but I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
2 to 3 years for the next one. I think they said the technology for the next one ain't even out yet. So
They
waiting
want it
for
to
the
be
more advanced
they want it
chips.
to be a proper jump.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You already know it's gonna be super fly. It's gonna be super fly.
Did you watch Digital Foundry's video?
I watched a bit of it. I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah,
It
they
says
was
it has
getting
better. It gets a little
getting frame rate.
it's getting a little bit better frame rates, and I think that's because it's just more efficient. I don't think it's like I think the APU is a little bit different. I think it's a 6 nanometer processor or whatever,
Yeah,
or what it got going on. But I think pretty much the reason why it's running better because it's just more efficient, and it has more memory. I think it said I think it has like a little bit more memory or some shit like that.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
So it's getting a little bit better performance, but it's not significantly better.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
so it's not like if you
I
buy
like-
the
I
OLED
like- I
version,
like-
you're gonna get like a 15, 20% increase in performance. It's not one of those. types of
Yeah,
situations.
nah,
It's
hell
not
no.
one of those.
Okay.
Okay, what else? What else? Is that it for the topics of the week? It might be.
Guess we could touch on that YongYea shit a little bit.
We talked about that at the top of the pod, so I think they caught that.
Yeah.
They caught that a little bit of
okay.
the conversation. So
Yeah, YongYea's out here blocking niggas.
he's like, so be careful.
Yeah,
pretty
blocking
much.
niggas because they say his voice acting is trash in the new Yakuza game, man.
Yeah.
But hey, he gotta understand this art. It's gonna be up for consumers,
Exactly.
opinion, and it is what it is, man.
Modern
Take
Warfare
your
3,
bag.
Jmaine.
Oh yeah, I got that preloaded.
Currently,
that
the
preloaded.
the campaign is apparently 3 to 4 hours, and IGN gave it like a 4 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, that's the lowest. I think it's like the lowest rated Call of Duty campaign ever. Not that Call of Duty campaigns were anything like amazing or anything like that, but that shit to get a 4. The complaints I heard about it is that it feels like an open world. Not open world. I'm bugging. Like they do like the open missions in that game, so like it's like a lot of open areas, and it feels like Warzone or Spec Ops style. And it just seemed like it was something that was kind of like put together at the last minute. It wasn't like really anything that they put a good amount of, development into. And I'm also hearing that Jason Schreier is saying like the typical dev cycle for a Call of Duty is like 3 years. This one was like a year and a half. And so, and it started out as like, just an expansion for Modern Warfare 2. And then they, turned it into Modern Warfare 3. So all that makes sense when you look at it in its totality, the campaign being short, not feeling like a proper Call of Duty campaign. The majority of the maps are remastered from old games. Yeah, that sounds like fucking a DLC expansion to me.
Yeah.
They just packaged that shit as Modern Warfare 3. When you play it, like it's all within that like I guess it's like a Call of Duty hub. It's kind of what they're going for, and you can access it. I like it. I like the Call of Duty hub shit.
Well, it seems like I think we got more details from Jason Schreier as well, and I think he was kind of breaking down like the whole development process. And apparently, this one, the turnaround for this was extremely fast, and it was always kind of like planned to be some sort of DLC. You know what I'm saying? It was always planned to be some sort of DLC.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. This is what y'all can expect going forward for Call of Duty. Yeah, well, I'm blaming Microsoft for this. For sure.
You know what's crazy? People blaming the Xbox for this is wild, bro. Like how you just acquired them, and now it's crazy. You could acquire a studio and you just take all their bullshit that comes with them. You know what I'm saying? Because like this was clearly in motion way before Microsoft bought them. You know what I'm saying? Like it was clearly in motion, but as soon as Microsoft purchased them, now they have to take the blame for everything. That's fucking nuts.
Well, at least the fanboys do, because soon as Microsoft bought them, they're on Twitter claiming Call of Duty as one of their own. So, you got to take the bad with the you gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta take the good with the bad.
You're right about that.
It is what it
Definitely.
is.
You can't claim. You can't do all this shit talking, but I guess the criticism and if there's something bad about the game, you gotta eat that too. Then you gotta eat that too.
Right. It goes both ways for both parties. Yeah, brother.
I think that's about it.
I think that might be it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Let's read the super chats and get the hell out of here. Shout out to everyone who popped through. Shout out to everyone who hit the like button. We really do appreciate it. Hustle's
Yo, is that Chris Brown?
What's up?
Is that Chris Brown album dropping tonight? Do you know if
it might? I don't even know. I know there's a couple albums I'm looking. I think Meek and Ross is dropping tonight, right?
Meek and Ross and Tory dropping tonight, I think too.
Oh, Alone at Prom? Nah, I think that's next week. That's next week.
Oh, that's next week? Okay.
I need that.
Chris is dropping tonight. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to
that. Yeah, Alone at Prom, I can't wait.
I need that. I need that.
The deluxe.
Behind bars, we still screaming free Tory, bro. We ain't trying to hear none of that Meg stuff right now. We still screaming.
Oh, did you hear her new song? Did you like it?
I did. It's actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad.
It's dope as hell.
It's actually not too bad. Hustle has been a member for a month now. I appreciate it. He says, hope all is well. Also, GTA 6 trailer has me hyped as hell. Yeah, we all hyped to see it. Gian the Don says, do you think GTA 6 will be next gen only? People saying if it's not on PS4, they'll riot. GTA 6 on
get
PS4
the fuck out of
cause...
the fuck out of here. What, hysteria? I can't see it. Hold on.
How you pronounce that? How you pronounce that?
Oh, Chernobyl. Yep.
Gian, why you trying to body me out here, Gian? 2.0, without a doubt. You know what? I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like some bad shit. But yes, the casuals are probably running around saying GTA on PS4, GTA 6 on PS4, but it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a rude awakening for them when they find out it's gonna be only next gen only. I think this is really good. I think the game's actually gonna push more console sales. This game is gonna push a lot of console sales because a lot of people are gonna be upgrading to buy GTA 6. So yeah. I think GTA 6 is good for the industry, at least the console business. I think it'd be very good for the console business.
Good for the industry, huh?
Yeah. Ruffle Mutt says, not gonna lie, that OLED deck model do look sleek, but I'll still wait for the next Switch. Also, thoughts on the Zelda movie? Don't mind live action. I heard it's live action, and I heard that Nintendo is partnering up with Sony Pictures with this movie, which is super interesting because I heard this is like they haven't done a collab before or something like that in years or some shit like that. So that's pretty interesting. And my thoughts is I kind of wish it was more so Pixar-y animated type of film. But hey, man, I guess Tom Holland as Link Might not be that bad, yo.
Yo, people was getting real tight at me when I posted that Tom Holland as Link or the movie will flop. I was definitely fucking around, but that shit not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
that's not gonna happen. But live action, huh? I'll give it a chance, but definitely I would have preferred it to be animated though. I think it
Yeah,
would have been
I'm
so
a
much better.
of course, yeah, we definitely watching that. I just hope in terms of like the Sony Pictures, um, portion of it, just don't let them write the story. All right, just keep the writing all to I guess like Nintendo, because Sony Pictures movies like other than
Yeah,
Spider
I'm
Verse,
pretty
like a
sure they're
lot of
gonna
that
be.
writing be trash.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna be very hands on though. Nintendo's definitely gonna be really hands on if for this, or you know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
probably
yeah, yeah,
gonna.
yeah, for
They're not
sure,
gonna
for
let it
sure.
come on and be
Shit,
trash.
I'm surprised they like the partner with Sony at all, but pictures division, movie division,
It's
of course, is
different.
different.
Yeah,
But
it's different.
it is, it is crazy to see them collabing in any capacity like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, can't wait. You see that
Okay, that's
Avatar trailer for the last
no,
Airbender? That should
no.
look alright. That should look alright. I ain't gonna
When I
front.
see live action that for like animated stuff, it just turns me off. I don't even be watching that shit, bro. I really don't.
That's not
I'm,
bad.
I'm
I
gonna
think
check
they
it out.
did a
I'm gonna
good
check it
job.
out.
The casting, the visual effects, and all of that. Some of it is CGI with like Appa and Momo, and of course like the powers and shit like that. It's
Uh-huh.
gonna be CGI, but it look alright. I'm looking forward to it. I ain't gonna
I'm gonna
lie.
check it out. I'm gonna check it out. We got one last super chat donation from Type One. He says, "Me and wifey got tickets to the Game Awards for my birthday. Hey, congrats, man!
Fire.
I want to pull up to one of the Game Awards one time. You never know. Maybe one day, Jmaine, we might have to pull up.
Yeah, I was gonna try to go this year, but I'm gonna be in Houston at that time, so maybe next year. Maybe next year.
If somehow they showed GTA trailer there, I'm gonna like PD Pablo and taking my shirt off and twist it around my head like a
Like a
helicopter.
helicopter, North Carolina.
Stay
I'm on it,
smooth, y'all.
waves
That's
up.
crazy. That's crazy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Let's see, man. I'm looking forward to the Game Awards this year, as well as we did get an announcement that the nominations. We're finally
Oh,
gonna see the nominations. It's going up on Monday.
yes, sir.
So
I'm
you
going
already
live
know
for that.
next week is going to be a big topic that we're talking about here on the podcast. I think next week I'm going to try and get some guests. I'm going to get like, I'm going to see if I can find some guests for the pod. You know what I mean? And mix it
Just
up a little bit to talk about
talk
these
about the
nominations.
nominations.
Talk about these nominations. So
Yeah, for
look forward to
sure.
that.
Because it's gonna be some conversations to be had.
Yeah.
Unless they fucking increase the amount of nominees, it's gonna be a fucking war
Yeah.
on
This year's
social
been too
media
crazy.
about the nominees.
Yeah, for real, for real.
So,
All right,
can't
so
wait.
yo, that's it, guys. Yo, hopefully you guys enjoyed the pod. It's always a pleasure talking with Jmaine. You already know what we do,
Of
man.
course.
Talking games.
Likewise.
And I'm about to get the hell out of here and go take care of Junior, man. I'm about to go take care of Junior. Man.
Yeah, I heard him in the background at the beginning. He doing more talking these days.
Yeah. He's talking now, right? He's talking. He's
Yeah.
doing a lot of babbling. Yeah, he's so cute. So
Bad.
I'm gonna go take care of little boy. So everybody, yo, hope you all have a great night. And next week, man, I think next week is gonna be a very exciting week for a lot of different reasons. You know, I think I may have something in the tuck too that PlayStation is sending over. Hopefully, I get it next week, and we could do a little unboxing on the channel. All right. So,
And,
Jmaine, any last words?
yeah, definitely. Muck, if you're listening in the chat, shout out to my guy Muck. Stop caping on the timeline for PlayStation and Sony, please. Yo, every time I look at this man's on Twitter, he responded to somebody saying some shit about PlayStation.
He's defending. He's in the front
He's
lines.
defending
Huh?
it. Yo,
He's in
he
the
on the
front
front
lines.
lines for PlayStation. That boy Muck dog, like he getting paid. Like, no, it's all right. It's all right, son. You
He's
gonna
trying to
be
make
all right.
he trying to make the Playmaker program. I see I have some competition.
Shout out to
Shout
my
out to
guy,
Mug.
though.
Shout out to Mug. All right, yo, we out of here. Everybody, yo, hope y'all have a great night. Peace.